Greetings and salutations, guys, and welcome back to Stoffel Presents EGX 2018. And we're continuing to bring you the best in the indie games that we can find at the conference. And there's no better than a good, decent, meaty tower defense game. So I'm joined by the guys here for Empire in Ruins. Do you tell us a little bit, tell us what the base of the game is?
The base of the game is you fighting on a world that is full of corruption. This is a child of Emiliano's. He has devised this entire world in his head, and he really had to put it on a game. He really had to make a game about it. So he gathered a rough patch of people together. He's the glue behind the entire team. He's the one that makes it work. So, like we're spread all around Europe. So he's the one who's keeping us together.
He pulls all the threads.
Exactly, and so we're trying our best to make like this tower defense cross 4X game for everyone to enjoy. We're introducing some new quality of life improvements in the tower defense genre, and at the same time we're doing our best to satisfy the people that play 4X games. And we put our own twist from our own backgrounds, for me and Emiliano being Mediterraneans. We're doing this small twist of corruption and the powers that you use.
We are quite expert in
we're right. We had to deal with it a lot. We had to deal with it a lot. Yeah. So we're trying to have like corruption being an element that you need to think about while you're playing. You know, like the main map with 4 elements.
And if you were saying there that it's your idea in your world, so is this a tower defense game that's built more on narrative first?
Yes, it is. It totally is, because I really hate games that don't have a story. I cannot play a game that has no personality.
You need a purpose.
I need a purpose. For example, I cannot play roguelike games because I don't have an objective.
No.
And in here I need an objective. So, and a story is like what makes a game memorable for me. That's the only way I remember a game. And I like this kind of a military fantasy, a bit lowbrow, like military jokes, a bit cheap humor also, but I appreciate it really. And that's what we wrapped around the game basically.
And you mentioned earlier there the corruption.
Yes.
We were talking just before we started the interview that you proceed through the game with kind of taking each town at a time.
Exactly. Well,
But if you move across the map, you might have to go back because it doesn't you don't have to micromanage, do you?
You don't really have to completely micromanage a province. Like you can decide if a province is going to be giving you resources or military material or whatnot, but at the same time, you're not going to be the one always keeping your, like looking at what's going on.
Yeah.
Through the
Setting the
information.
taxes.
You can do it, but it's not necessary.
It's better if you do it through a governor, and you are given an option. You can choose a governor from a pool of governors, but this is where the corruption comes in. Nobody tells you that these governors are going to follow your lead, like what you want to do with the province and whatnot. Yeah, exactly.
You fight a riot on the same battlefield where you were fighting the enemies that did invade before.
Maybe different enemies.
Yeah, the different enemies, more like the farmers or the bandits, like the people that are there that are rebelling against mostly your governor, but you can also screw up yourself if you raise the taxes too much, even if the governor is not doing anything bad.
The populace can go against you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there's quite a wide range in units. I mean, you've got aerial bombers, we have bears. At one point I got attacked by a steam tractor.
I think we have like 22 units. They are divided like rebels and enemies. The enemy is like the invader that is invading. On the other side is a bit more military. They are like the reddish one, the cardinal red one, like the Zeppelin, the tank.
Yeah.
They are organized. And the rebels, they are a bunch that are like the bandits, the brute, like the huge dude, the bear handler, the witch, it's like the people that were living there. So you fight both of them, and every unit has a bit of a special ability. Like the bandit gets to the castle, it steals some of the gold. There is a marauder that is waiting outside the area of a tower. When the tower is shooting someone else, the marauder is running through the area.
Yeah, it's like the witch put crows around my tower and started shooting.
Exactly. The sappers, they are digging tunnels under your defenses, so they get the troops.
That's what I found really interesting was with the sappers. So you can see the route, see where the enemies are coming in, you can see the paths they're going to walk.
Yeah.
And then the sappers come in, they just dig their own paths.
Yeah. And that's why they open a new one, and then the next enemies, they can use that one. Through the forest, through the swamp, or underground.
And how long have you been working on this? How long does it take to develop so far?
It's been around 3 years, but as I told you, we're people who have been like everybody else except of Emiliano has other jobs running at the same time.
Has other jobs. Like
No. Emiliano has to live.
Emiliano
as well.
just doesn't work.
He pays for rent as well. Everybody pays for rent, but at the same time, it's like he's the one who constantly working. The rest of us
Come in and
when
out
we
as
can,
needed.
yeah, exactly. We will come in. We will do what we can. We will contribute in any way we can. Come back with new strength, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And how far away from launch?
If we don't screw up, there is always this big if, because every indie should say it in spring.
In Spain.
In spring, spring. Not we don't know the month yet because we want to do quite a lot of beta testing first.
Yeah.
I'm a bit paranoid about these kind of things, so I prefer like okay, we delay 2 weeks, but we test 2 weeks more.
Rather delay it and have it right.
Yeah, exactly.
And what platforms are you aiming to launch on?
For sure, Steam, Windows, most probably Mac. At the moment, those because it's a game mostly for PC.
Yeah.
Like it's a computer
PC
game. It's not
yeah.
really. Then we will check if people ask for console ports. We can consider, but at the moment, it's not the priority.
Yeah. And do you have any social media or a website where people can come and check this out and follow you?
Yeah, sure. We also have like an ECO page where we have Empires and Ruins. We have usually a demo up there, like the most.
Quite updated all the time.
Yeah, the most updated version of the tower defense battle map is there for everyone to enjoy at all times.
Yeah.
But they can find us on Twitter
all
with
over the web, basically.
Exactly.
We are on IndieDB, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Reddit, on Steam, on itch.io, on GameJolt, on.
And we're very
everywhere,
interested,
really.
like for people who might be willing to play some of the versions that we put out, so they can give us feedback.
And
Exactly.
develop.
So if anybody's following us, they're like in a pool of people that will find out if there's an available build for them at any given point in time, so they can play, enjoy, and then give us some feedback for it.
Yeah. We have a Discord channel. We have a Discord channel with around 100 people, and keep on growing. And there we have like constant feedback, like live feedback. So that's every build is changing, like sometimes 10 times in a day. Because every one of them is right, man, fuck a bug. And then I have to fix it immediately, then upload the next one, and the next one is trying the updated version. So.
Right, so there you are, guys. That's Empire in Ruins, and not just a brilliant tower defense game and a 4X game, but something you can get involved and be a real part in shaping. So check these guys out. Find the Discord, find them on Facebook, and just get involved. It's absolutely brilliant. But in the meantime, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Cheers.